See the celebratory photos from Amy Roloff's weekend wedding to Chris Marek. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. They're married. On August 28th, Little People, Big World star Amy Roloff 56, and Chris Marek, 55, said I do in front of 146 of their closest family and friends at Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon. During the ceremony, which took place outside at Roloff Farms in front of a gazebo, the bride stunned in a dress from Justin Alexander's Sincerity collection, while Marek wore a black suit as they exchanged their vows. Roloff's bridal accessories included a diamond and sapphire bracelet passed down from her great-grandmother to her grandmother, her late mother, and, 2 years ago, to her by her father. I wore that as my mom was with me, she told People, and why something old. The bride snuggled up to all dressed-up grandkids Jackson and Lila, the children of Zach Roloff and wife Tori. Roloff and Mark's nuptials were officiated by Michael Williams, and also saw Roloff walk down the aisle to Heart, which was composed by Marek's best man, Rick Hinks. Jackson served as ring bearer while brother Jeremy's daughter Ember was flower girl. According to Jeremy's wife Audrey, the cuties crushed it. Zach, Tori, and their kids posed with the bride, and get a sweet shot during golden hour. Amy shared a cuddle with Lila on the farm. The couple held their reception in a tent outside, where the Macy Guard Band performed during the memorable event, including during the couple's first dance to the band's song at the end of the day. I was so thankful that my dad was able to be there, Roloff said of her 92-year-old father Gordon Knight, who flew across the country to walk her down the aisle. And of course everyone loved his toast, the little toast. My dad knows how to give good food for thought. Roloff's bridal bouquet included colorful dahlias. Amy paused the fun for a little goofing off with Jackson. Such a fun weekend of celebration, Tori wrote alongside her family photos on Instagram. Jeremy and Audrey, who are expecting baby number 3, got all dressed up with kids Ember and Bode. Jacob and Isabel Roloff, expecting their first child, got some photo time with mom too. It was challenging planning a traditional wedding, and all that typically goes into that, to what we want to have at our wedding, Roloff told People. Sometimes it felt like the two clashed at times for me. But in the end, it's about the two of us, Chris and I. It's about combining our two lives together into one and sharing it with our family and friends. The couple's cake, from local bakery Decadent Creations, evoked Good Humor's strawberry shortcake ice cream bars, and guests had the option to grab cupcakes to go, of post-wedding life. Roloff told People, I think what I'm looking forward to the most is it just really dreaming together. Tori caught Jackson snapping pics during the first dance, barefoot at golden hour in the flower fields with the people I love most. Audrey wrote alongside some family photos. The bride and groom got down with Ember and Jackson during the reception. Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together, Roloff told People of her nuptials. I'll have the rest of my life with Chris, and that makes me smile. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek reveal the one thing they do differently at their wedding. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek's late summer wedding went off without a hitch, but looking back there is one thing the bride would have done differently. I think the wedding day, for me, turned out perfectly. The Little People, Big World star 56 tells People exclusively ahead of her and Marek's 2-hour wedding special, Amy and Chris's Happily Ever After, airing Tuesday on TLC. It was decorated just like I wanted it to. But Roloff, who wed Marek, 55, on August 28th at Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon, does say she would focus more on herself and her husband if a do-over was an option. Even though we had our family and friends and stuff like that, they're there for us, she says. I don't need to cater to that. I need to cater, probably a little bit more, to Chris and I. As for Marek, he says he would have given himself more downtime on the day of the ceremony. Amy did most of all the work. So there isn't really anything that I had to do or would do differently, except that I regret that I didn't get more time to relax before the ceremony, he says. I was still working up a sweat just getting ready for the ceremony that day. I was still picking up items and running to the farm and getting things set up. The ceremony started at 3. I wasn't even able to get cleaned up and show up at the farm until 2 o'clock. I still had to change into my suit, so I was pushing it. That said, the newlyweds are both in agreement that the wedding was a total hit. And Roloff's favorite moment was a special one indeed. When I walked out of the barn door and saw my dad sitting there, she recalls. It was a warm afternoon, and so he wasn't sure whether he'd walk me down the full length or halfway amid his recent health issue. I looked at him sitting there, waiting for me to come to him. Then when I met up with him, my eyes went directly to Chris and his handsomeness in that suit. It was like the people around us faded away. Marek remembers how gorgeous Roloff was in her gown. He was also grateful that her dad was able to walk her down the aisle, saying not too many guys my age get to still have the father of the bride give her away. He gave a nice, short little speech when he got up to me, When he handed her over, it was special, he continues. I'm glad I got to have that connection, that moment with him. Now, Roloff and Marek have truly entered marital bliss. Married life is going great. Chris and I have known each other for 5 years, and we've been engaged for a little over 2 years. I think it just solidified everything when we got married and said I do, she says. It just brought it all together and reaffirmed what we already hoped for and knew. And here we are. Marek says it feels like a weight has lifted off the couple. We got past the wondering stage. Are we doing the right thing? But now that we've done it, there is no more wondering, he says. We're still in that fun stage too, he adds. We're leaving on our honeymoon to Maui, Hawaii next week. Oh, we're having fun getting ready for that. Amy Roloff to celebrate 1 year of marriage with Chris Marek on wonderful amazing trip in Italy. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek are celebrating 1 year of marriage. The Little People, big world star, 57, who wed Marek, 60, on August 28, 2021. Shared on Instagram that she's in the middle of a multi-part vacation in Italy, first traveling with her friends, then meeting up with her husband to mark their anniversary trip to Italy in the Tuscany area Cortona with these wonderful ladies. While our husbands are in Chianti area, she captioned a gallery of photos from the first part of her trip. Cortona is beautiful. I loved it. Now we're off today to meet up with the guys and hang out in a villa for a few days, and then Chris and I are off to Florence for a few days before we head home. Trip to celebrate our first year of marriage. Italy, I hope to be back someday, but our trip isn't over yet. Roloff and Marek first met at a pool party in 2016 and got engaged 3 years later in September 2019. Amy was previously married to her TLC co-star Matt Roloff, but the pair divorced in 2015. They share 4 children, twins Zach and Jeremy, 32, Molly, 28, and Jacob, 25. Matt has been dating girlfriend Karen Chandler since 2017. Last August, Amy and Marek tied the knot at Roloff Farms, a venue solely owned by Matt. The couple spent their honeymoon in Maui, Hawaii. At the time, Amy shared on her Instagram story that they had a great time. Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together. Amy last November of her wedding. I'll have the rest of my life with Chris, and that makes me smile. Amy also provided insight on life after their wedding, sharing that Chris and I have known each other for 5 years, and we've been engaged for a little over 2 years. She added, I think it just solidified everything when we got married and said, I just brought it all together and reaffirmed what we already hoped for and knew. And here we are. Little People, Big World. Amy Roloff's most inventive recipes, with videos. Little People, Big World star Amy Roloff's creative recipes and cooking videos may help her transition from reality star to esteemed chef. The matriarch of the Roloff family's simple yet impressive recipes add a modern twist to traditional dishes. Amy has always had a passion for cooking and baking, and with the publication of her most recent cookbook, Eat, Love, Gather, Amy is making a name for herself in the culinary world. Amy and her family have appeared in Little People, Big World for 25 seasons. As a mother of 4, she owned a pumpkin farm in Hillsboro, Oregon, with her ex-husband, Matt Roloff. Little People, Big World documented the family as Amy and Matt divorced. Amy moved away from the farm, and their children grew up and started their own families. Amy, who is now married to Chris Marek, has leaned into her cooking as the show's future grows uncertain. Given her impressive selection of recipes, Amy is well on her way to making cooking her new career. Chris joined Amy as she whipped up a batch of hamburgers with a clever addition. Little People, Big World star Amy added a layer of Black Forest ham on her burgers, followed by a sauce made from mayonnaise and chopped dill pickle. She finished the meal with paprika-seasoned potato wedges and sriracha ketchup. Making a summer meal in the middle of winter, Amy cooked her hamburgers indoors on the stovetop. She explained that she seasoned her meat, so the focus remained on the ham and sauce. The simplicity of Amy's cooking makes her recipes attainable to even novice chefs, but her unexpected gourmet details elevate the dishes. As Amy finished assembling the meal, Chris joined her for dinner and called her method a great way to build a burger. Amy turned traditional salad on its head with her Bloody Mary salad recipe. She wrote in the caption, "Who says salads have to be boring? Amy's salad includes tomato, celery, red onions, and parsley, and it is finished with a spicy horseradish and Tabasco dressing." She added the hashtag creative cooking. Since beginning their romance, Amy and Chris are often shown on Little People, Big World enjoying a cocktail with friends or just each other. Amy's Bloody Mary salad is reminiscent of the couple's ability to take time to enjoy the little things and indulge. Her addition of a cocktail-inspired twist to the salad is proof of Amy's fun-loving yet comforting nature, which is part of what has made her such a beloved television figure. For a sweet treat, Amy made a batch of chocolate brownies from scratch. She then whipped up peanut butter cookie dough to layer on top to mimic the taste of a peanut butter cup. "I'm in heaven," Amy remarked after her first bite. Amy's brownie cookie mashup displays her ability to think outside the box. The added effort she took to prepare 2 different dessert mixes surely paid off, given the classic pairing of peanut butter and chocolate. Amy's combination of 2 simple ideas results in a unique dessert, yet still brings a familiar comfort. Amy shared the spotlight with some of her grandchildren, Ember Roloff, Bode Roloff, and Radley Roloff, as she filmed a video in her son Jeremy Roloff's kitchen. With her grandchildren in mind, Amy put her spin on corn dogs by adding shredded cheese and chopped hot dogs to a homemade corn muffin mix. She noted the difficulty of cooking in an unfamiliar kitchen, but Amy improvised quickly and adapted her recipe to the equipment she had. Amy's grandchildren are a huge part of her life. This recipe by Amy is a particular example of her focus on family, as Amy's love for cooking grew from her desire to comfort and nourish her children. Although she mentioned the lighting was not ideal, and the sounds of her grandchildren playing echoed in the background, Amy remained calm and focused while she executed her recipe. Amy's natural warmth as a mother and grandmother is evident in her willingness to stay flexible and cook something for the children to enjoy. The most luxurious of Amy's dishes is her seafood lasagna. Amy considers this recipe an alternative to heavy meat and tomato lasagna, but she spares no expense with her variation. Amy layered shrimp salmon and crab meat with noodles and a cream sauce that included Parmesan ricotta and mozzarella cheese. As she cooked, Amy noted Chris had just arrived home and was tiptoeing around the kitchen to avoid disturbing her. This glimpse into their relationship shows the respect the couple has for one another, allowing space for their passions. Chris has been a healthy addition to Amy's life, supporting her without being overbearing. Chris could be heard commenting off-camera that the lasagna was looking good. Amy's sophisticated yet casual recipes are a perfect representation of her personality. Amy is a level-headed mother and has stayed dignified through her divorce and the Roloffs' family drama. However, she also has a knack for entertaining and pays attention to the small details that matter the most. When Amy's time on Little People, Big World ends, she will have no trouble continuing to stay in the public eye through her cooking videos and cookbooks. LPBW, Amy Roloff mourns the loss of her beloved rescue dog Felix, who died 2 days before her wedding. Little People, Big World star Amy Roloff delivered some sad news to her fans. Her beloved dog Felix has died. Amy Roloff broke the disheartening news to her followers on Friday, October 15. The 57-year-old TLC star took to her Instagram feed to tell her 1.3 million fans that Felix passed just days before her wedding. "This is a hard post for me. I'm not even sure what to say," Amy wrote. Unfortunately, Felix's passing came at a particularly inopportune time, just 2 days before she tied the knot with Chris Marek, leaving her without time to grieve her loss. "My little fella Felix fell suddenly ill and passed away the Thursday before our wedding in August," Amy continued. "With my wedding 2 days away, I didn't have time to grieve. I was devastated and couldn't believe he was gone. After a month and a half, I'm still so sad. I miss him so much. Felix, you will always be the best dog and furry friend. You were loved and always will be," Amy concluded her post. One of Amy's daughters-in-law, who is married to Amy's son Jacob, commented on the post. "We'll miss him forever. He was such a good boy," Isabel penned in Amy's comment section. Felix was only 6 years old, as indicated by a hashtag in Amy's post's caption that read, "Little People, Big World fans know Felix from his many appearances on the show, always by Amy's side." Viewers watched Felix roam freely on over 100 acres while he and Amy still lived in the farmhouse at Roloff Farms. After she moved into her new home with her husband Chris Marek, Amy shared that Felix had to be taught how to walk on a leash, because he was used to running wild. Amy often shared posts about her frequent walks with Felix on Instagram. It had to be incredibly difficult for Amy to mourn the passing of Felix just days before her wedding and still put on a happy face for her and Chris' big day. Amy and Chris wed on Roloff Farms on Saturday, August 28, before 146 of their closest friends and family members. Although Little People, Big World is currently on hiatus, Amy hinted that a wedding special will air on TLC, hopefully in the next few months, so LPBW fans, stay tuned. LPBW, Amy Roloff teaches Chris Marek an important skill. Little People Big World fans have seen Amy Roloff living her best life with her new husband, Chris Marek. The pair have been going strong since they tied the knot. Fans enjoy watching the two on the LPBW series. Chris might be a new addition to the reality series, but he won many hearts for his genuine and pure personality. Amy and Chris love exploring new things together and going on different adventures. They like going on lavish vacations around the world and enjoying every bit of their lives together. The reality TV star has been spending a lot of time together since the wrap-up of season 25. Previously, Amy resumed her career as a teacher. Now, it looks like she has been teaching her husband an important skill. Amy and Chris from LPBW love playful banters. They share a lovely bond and show a lot of respect for each other. The Little People Big World stars have been inseparable since their wedding. They like flaunting their lovey-dovey romance and craziness on social media. Recently, the former shared a new update on her life after teaching an important skill to her husband. She took to Instagram to share a picture of herself and her husband enjoying a meal together. Both of them were wearing aprons while showing off the delicious food on their plates. Amy admitted that she loved hanging out with her husband. She continued, "I showed him how to cook meatloaf recipe in my cookbook, link in my bio, and make mashed potatoes." She went on to state that Chris didn't feel the need to learn the skill of being a single guy for a lot of his life. Moreover, Amy added, "So we cooked together in the kitchen. I love cooking and baking goodies for him." LPBW fans were happy to see the pair smiling at the camera and enjoying a lovely life. One fan said, "You guys are just the cutest couple." Meanwhile, others felt that Chris had hit the jackpot by marrying a reality TV celebrity. Another fan stated, "Happy to see both of you so happy and enjoying cooking together." Further, the others were happy for Amy as they felt that she deserved this kind of love. PBW star Amy Roloff has always been close to her kids and grandkids. She loves spending time with her grandchildren and making special memories with them. She often with her in her cooking videos. Recently, she shared a video of herself in the kitchen with Audrey's eldest children, Ember and Bode. She posted a video of herself making some cookies with her grandkids. She wrote baking memories with Grandma Amy. She informed her fans about spending a wonderful time with her grandkids. The TLC star stated, "There's something magical about watching the little ones measure out the flour, get their hands doughy." She also recommended that her followers do the same with their kids or grandkids. Moreover, fans saw Audrey's children excitedly participating in the activity and having fun with Amy. Stay tuned for more tea on Amy Roloff and other LPBW news. LPBW, Amy Roloff praises Chris Marek for treating her right. Besides being an important part of TLC's popular show, Little People Big World star Amy Roloff keeps herself occupied with several other activities. These include sharing her life updates and videos featuring delicious food recipes. Additionally, the mom of four also attends frequent workshops and seminars. In fact, the LPBW matriarch is currently living happily ever after with her husband, Chris Marek. Hence, she never misses a chance to share some happy memories on her social media with her fans. LPBW star Amy Roloff is an inspiring speaker who is often invited to various conferences across the United States. Even her website claims that she uses her real-life instances to motivate others for consistent efforts to overcome all the hurdles on their path. The mom of four gets accompanied by Chris in most of her workshops. He is her pillar of strength and the biggest cheerleader. Thus, Amy often uses her social media accounts to praise and admire his endless efforts to bring a wide smile to her face. Recently, Amy took to her Instagram account to shower some extra love on her husband. She revealed that Chris relishes taking her to places she enjoys spending time at. Amy then added that one such place is the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island, Michigan. She continued stating that he enjoys pampering her with such cherishable outings. Many LPBW fans thus praise Chris, claiming him to be a supportive husband. Some of them praised him to try her freshly prepared delicacy. Besides this, he accompanies her to numerous meetings and workshops. Amy even took onto her social media account a couple of weeks ago to applaud her husband, Chris, via an adorable appreciation post. Amy Roloff used her Instagram account a few weeks ago to praise her husband, Chris Marek, for his immense love and support. She started by treating her fans with a series of pictures from the couple's then recent trip to Austin, Texas. The LPBW personality then expressed gratitude while captioning this post. She started by claiming that attending LPA and alongside her husband Chris brought her immense delight and happiness, making it even more memorable. Amy continued expressing that her partner loves being a part of such events and that her friends have also embraced him in the Little People community. Amy then mentioned that she would continue to upload more about the upcoming events she will attend. She even claimed that Chris would also accompany her in those events. The TLC celeb then concluded the caption by expressing her love for him. This post is clearly pointing toward the oozing love and compatibility of this couple. What do you think about Amy's social media uploads? Some LPBW fans suspect brewing issues in their paradise. Do you also sense a similar marital issue? Sound off your opinion in the comments section below. And keep coming back for the latest LPBW news.